We don't always sit at the table when we go goat hunting. When we do, it's by candlelight.
Epic.
So what I want to do here, this is more for the beginner, even if you're a novice or even an expert. We talk about our food when we go hiking and hunting in the mountains. Whatever type of hunting you're doing, whether it's for elk, sheep, goat, mule deer, whatever it is, we're always talking about food and what makes us happy. So I'm going to kind of go over what I do for a day of hiking and hunting in the mountains. We're going to go through breakfast, lunch, dinner, as well as what I do for hydration and what I do for just a hot drink. So we're going to go through that, and we'll go through there. What I like to do for breakfast is just straight up oatmeal. Some guys just like the quick, instant Quaker, instant oatmeal. For me, when I go on these hunts, I like a little bit more substance. So what I've done this year, and this is a bad example, this is a really heavy bag, but what I've done here is I've added just a cup of quickset oats, and then, actually not even a cup, half a cup this time. This one's a cup, because this was the first one I did. But I've added flaxseed, I've added hemp hearts. Hemp hearts are fantastic. One of the best, most simple proteins you can give your body. I've added chia seeds, I've added almond slices, I've added unsweetened coconut, and I've also added chopped dried strawberries, raisins, and cranberries. To add it up, I didn't add all those ingredients. I've added all the base ingredients, but I've changed up the raisins, cranberries in each bag. I've also added to a couple of the bags something like this. This is called Daily Greens. This is a full serving of your daily fruits and vegetables. Since I'm not going to have the ability to carry vegetables into the mountains, it's nice to still have that ability to have them. Plus, these things give you an amazing push of energy first thing in the morning. Usually I eat these and it's like 5 cups of coffee. I'm just buzzing. So it's a good idea. Add these if you can stomach it. I've also added protein powder to some of them. So what I've tried to do here is that every day when I grab a breakfast, it's something just a little bit different. Just that variety makes a huge difference. So we're just having our breakfast, oatmeal. We forgot bowls, so we're just using our Ziploc bags. What a fantastic way. Never bringing a bowl again. Alright, moving on. Let's get into lunch. Now lunch is I feel it's a very important thing for the day. I don't necessarily sit down and have like a set lunch. What I like to do is just kind of snack all day, and that keeps your energy up. So what I'd like to do is I'll show you what I start with. First thing that gets made, trail mix. I like to make my own trail mixes. You don't have to, you can go buy them. One thing with making your own though, typically when you buy trail mix, it's quite salty. I don't like a lot of salt in my trail mix, so I've gone to this. Plus, I also like M&Ms in every bite. I like that little sweetness. I got a terrible sweet tooth. This trail mix, I've added pumpkin seeds. I've added cashews. I really like cashews. There's pine nuts, sesame seeds in this one. So it's real basic, but I've also added lots of M&Ms, and I've added beer nuts this year, which are peanuts covered in butterscotch. So, looking forward to eating this. One thing I've done this year is I broke down my lunch meal, so there's 2 cups of trail mix in this, and it's going to give me roughly 1,400 calories, which is really, really good. Next, what I've done this year is I'm taking both beef jerky and Lanyagger. Now, the one thing I'm not doing is I'm not taking both during the day. It'll be one or the other. That way, one day I'll grab Lanyagger, the next day I'll grab beef jerky. Again, variety. And these got about, I forget what the Lanyagger has. Lanyagger has 160 calories, and your beef jerky is about 200 calories. So, real good food. Next is I always bring some sort of dried fruit. My personal favorites are in here now. Mangoes, pineapple, and strawberries. This one bag is roughly 700 calories, so this gives you a lot of energy. Next, you know, quite typical, power bars, energy bars. Personally, I like these Pro bars. They're 380 calories. They taste good, and they give you tons of energy. This year, what I've done is I'm going to double up on a like a Pro bar, and then I'm going to take something with a little less calories. This is a Kind bar, 200 or so calories. It's just something added. Now, the one thing I don't do, I don't carry all my food at once, so they all get separated out. But for lunch, that's how this is going to go. Something like this. I also have some power bars and some True to Nature bars. Doesn't really matter where you get it. Some of it you can get at Costco, some of you get at grocery store. I just kind of buy whatever I see it. Something new. And during the year, I taste and try each one of these out, so that way I know I like them when I go on the hunt. I used to love Cliff Bar, and since I started doing more hiking and hunting, I cannot eat Cliff Bar. Just can't stand it. But still good. If you like it, I apologize. This year I'm also going to throw in some sesame wafers. Sesame snaps, some people call them. 180 calories. Super light. Tastes good. One of my favorites, so they're coming along. Next thing are these energy chews from Stinger. Honey Stinger. These things are fantastic. I usually have one a day. Just put it in my hip belt, and as I'm hiking, I can just pop it in. Added energy. So that's fantastic. We're going to go back to breakfast here now. And it's with breakfast and lunch. I like having a hot drink with my breakfast and with my lunch. Or, dinner. One thing that's really good, I like to keep all my drinks in one little Ziploc bag. Ziploc bags are great because you can press the air out. They're great for saving space, and they're waterproof, so you're not going to get any of your food wrecked. So for breakfast, these instant via Starbucks coffees are great. Just add it to your cup of water, whatever you got, boil the water, add it, good to go. So this year I've added 1 Starbucks coffee and 1 bag of tea. 2 hot drinks a day. I like having a hot drink. Sometimes I'll have more than that. It just really depends on water availability and so on. Another nice thing to do when you're hiking and you get to a spring and you fill up water, I like to add some sort of juice crystal to what I'm drinking. So I got these juice crystals from Crystal Light. They're really good. They go into a 1 liter bottle, an Nalgene bottle. So that's pretty sweet. The other thing I like to do is these new container. They're just an electrolyte. You add it to your water bag, or you add it to your water bottle, and they work fantastic. Alright, we're going to move into dinner. So for dinner, I personally like Mountain House and Backpacker Pantry. My personal most favorite are the Backpacker Pantry meals. The Mountain House meals, there's a couple I like this is beef stroganoff. I love it. This is a cashew curry and rice with chicken. Not too big of a fan of this one. I like it, but it's not my favorite, but I'll take it. It's just all about variety. We'll be carrying roughly 10 of these each. Some people like to carry 1 themselves. I personally can't eat 1 a day, so it's nice to be able to split with your buddies. These are about 300 calories each, which is nice. You don't want anything really super heavy for dinner. One thing I will do, though, is sometimes I'll save my dried fruit, and I'll have some of that for like a dessert. Just something to take that bitter dinner taste out. One thing I like to add is it's always good to throw in some instant chicken noodle type food. Sometimes if you're around lots of water, it's nice to be able to just have a hot meal. So we'll do chicken noodle.
Tonight on the menu, we've got some hearty lasagna. Just like Mama used to make it. only freeze-dried and made in a bag.
Oh yeah. Another thing, when you're hiking, especially when you're bow hunting, like I can shoot grouse. I'm not afraid to, say I'm going after a sheep or a goat and a ptarmigan flies by, I can shoot it, not worry about the bang of the gun. So the one thing I like to do is I carry some sort of a spice. This is kind of like an allspice type thing, deal. So we'll try it this year and we'll see how it goes. Tastes pretty good, so yeah. One thing I want to talk about is water. Water is key to everything. So what I like to do, I like to have the ability to carry lots of water, roughly 6 to 8 liters if I have to. I like to be able to get up high and not worry about my water, and if it means carrying a little bit of extra weight, I'm okay with that. So if you don't have one, go get yourself one. This is a 3-liter platypus, 3-liter Camelback. There's a couple of pretty good manufacturers out there now. Camelback, staple. Platypus makes a great bag. My personal favorite is the MSR bags. I just can't find them in my city right now. And they work great. The nice thing with the Camelbacks is they're big opening. That way, if you're in a creek or just water dripping off a rock like I've done in the past, you want that big opening. Makes it a heck of a lot easier. Now, when you fly into a lake in northern BC or you do any sort of hiking, you gotta worry about different bugs that are in the water. Giardia is one of them. Sorry if I mispronounced that wrong. But Giardia is one of them. Cryptosporidium is another one. I don't know what it is. It's just a big fancy word. So what I like to do, and I don't do it everywhere. I don't do it at every water source. If the water source is a spring coming out of a mountainside or a fast-flowing creek, off a mountain, if it's boiled water, say out of a snowpack somewhere, then I won't do this. But what I like to carry are these Catadine water tablets. These things are fantastic. They work quick. I've been told they were developed for the Iranian military, so if it can work in desert water, I'm sure it can work in northern climates as well. I personally don't like carrying water filters. Water filters, they're just heavy. They can go wrong. What I'll tend to do with a water filter is just leave it at the lake. Don't pack with them, but if I'm sketched out about the water when I'm hiking, I just throw one of these in. These work amazingly fast. Like, they'll take care of everything at regular temperatures in 30 minutes. So there are instructions on them. Follow the instructions, but yeah, they work really good. And then just to hide that kind of that iodine, chloride type taste that you will get, these ones are really good. They're not so bad. I'll add a Crystal Light packet, or I'll add one of these Noon Hydrolite tablets. Now, the one thing, now that I've gone over everything on my table, what I like to do is I individually pack each day. And to do that, I use a big freezer bag. It doesn't really matter how it goes in the freezer bag. I just make sure that there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, start with the oatmeal. And dried fruit. Beef jerky. Chumix. Crowbar and a Kind bar for this bag. Sesame wafers. And that is that. Again, nice thing with a Ziploc bag is you can fold it over and suck all the air out of it. And that, my friends, is one full day of backpacking food. Anyhow, that's what I do to pack food. Hopefully this little film can start a bit of a discussion between people. And that's the best thing. That's the way we learn, and we can move from there. Good luck on your next mountain hunt, and we'll see you in September.